I was on the phone with my friends a second ago. As a result, he was hit by a mudslide the next second. When a man wakes up again, the steering wheel airbag has been opened. The man's nose is also bleeding. It was pitch black all around. The man was completely hoodwinked. He immediately struggled to unfasten his seatbelt and pull the door. As a result, the door did not move. He took out the phone again and dialed the number of 911, but the phone has no signal. Then he thought of the radio in the car. After opening, only current sound can be heard. Men are completely isolated from the world. Extremely nervous, he even want to start the car and rush out. As a result, the engine won't start at all. The angry man immediately became angry, pulled the rearview mirror off, but the behavior of men in the car but caused the vehicle to move down again. The man immediately held his breath and dared not move again. After a while, the car finally quieted down, but just then, there was a clear sound from the skylight. The man heard the sound and went away. I found that the sunroof had begun to crack. If the sunroof breaks at this time, it is very likely that he will be completely buried alive. Finally, men are no longer waiting to die. Start collecting all available tools on the car. And in order to find out your current situation, he hung his cell phone on the roof again. According to the tilt angle of the phone, I'm sure the car is tilting to the left now. Then he tried to turn on the air conditioner, but only a wisp of dust blew in. I had to turn off the air conditioner, but it also means that as time goes by, the oxygen in the car will be less and less. What should I do? Gradually, the man began to collapse. He shouted madly, "Keep talking to yourself." At this time, the gift box on the central control let the man completely calm down. That's a gift he's going to give his wife. The man then took out his mobile phone and clicked on the video. Look at the video. Every bit of a happy life with his wife. Men realized that they can't give up. The wife is still waiting for her to go home. So he turned off the lights. Take a break. Continue to think of ways. But in a dream, he dreamed that he was put into a mineral water bottle. A strong sense of suffocation let men instantly wake up. He checked his cell phone immediately. I have been sleeping for 5 hours. But like dreams, there is little oxygen left in the car. If men don't take action again, he will surely die. So he was ready to take action. The man just opened the window. A large amount of silt rushed in instantly. The man hurriedly closed the window. It turned out to be covered with mud. He collapsed completely. It seems that the car, at this time, it has been completely wrapped in soil. Unfortunately, at this time, the sunroof cracked. The man immediately took out the tape and tried to seal the glass. But under the pressure of huge soil, the effective tape is simply negligible. So the man hurriedly took out the steering wheel lock, clip it between the sunroof. This makes the glass temporarily relieved. After a series of operations, men are exhausted. But just then, he suddenly found that the sunroof began to leak into the car. The man immediately went deep into his mouth and tasted it. Difficult to swallow, but at least the water problem has been solved. He immediately took out a card. It is folded in half and inserted into the mineral water bottle. Successfully made a simple collection tool. The problem of water source has been solved. Men are also temporarily relieved. He put his own liquid, after all, are released into the armrest box, ready to light up on the road. Started a formal survival journey. He pulled out the hollow steel pipe in the travel chair, then empty the middle of the bottle cap and put it into the rope, then fix it on the top of the steel pipe. Then he hugged up along the skylight. The first one went well, but it still hasn't peaked. So he used tape to connect another steel pipe together. It seems a little difficult this time. Until the third route, the man can't push at all. He can only take out the jack, but I soon found out, even up to the maximum height is still not enough. So he went to battle himself. Finally, the steel pipe was pushed out with great pain. The man prayed with anxiety. I hope the steel pipe has come out of the ground. He took out one. The iron wire goes slowly into the steel pipe. Jack up the top cover. Then he looked up slowly. Sure enough, I have seen the light. The men cheered excitedly, although I only see such a small piece of sky, but the meaning of its existence, but it's enough to make him new. He inhaled fresh air from the steel pipe. The problem of oxygen was finally solved, but the man immediately thought, how can we use steel pipes to attract outside attention? Obviously, their cries have no effect, so he had a short circuit in his head. I came up with an idea that almost killed me. Took out the newspaper again, trying to light the smoke from the paper to attract outside attention. I haven't waited for the smoke to come out. I was scalded by fire. Panic room. The man immediately put out the fire. But this move, but it makes the car produce a lot of smoke. The man had to cover his mouth and nose quickly. It turned out to be a toss. It caused the vehicle to sink again. The steel pipe also slides down. Men see it. I want to get the wire to fix it, but unexpectedly, he turned around, but his head hit the steel pipe. Blood gushed out in an instant. Severe pain also makes men faint completely. When he woke up again, his face was covered with blood. A lot of soil has been poured into the car. The man quickly took off his coat. Wrap a shirt around your head to cover the wound. Fix it with a belt. A simple bandage was made on the wound. Then the man cleaned his face. Take out your cell phone and start recording your last words. He even named his unborn child. At the moment, the man has been extremely desperate. But the critical moment, the man saw the video of his wife on the phone again. This rekindled his desire desire for life. He picked up the rearview mirror and checked the wound repeatedly. Then he wrapped up the wound carefully. Meanwhile, the window glass also began to crack gradually. A lot of soil poured into the car again. The roof can't withstand the pressure of soil. Start to deform suddenly. The man immediately picked up the steel pipe support. But this is only a temporary solution. Sooner or later, the car will be completely filled with soil. After a short rest, the man took out the bottle. Fill your body fluid from the armrest box. Then he swallowed the pain in one gulp and eat the remaining food to replenish energy. The man decided to climb out of the soil and regain his life. Find the spare tire first. Transformed it into a mobile oxygen reservoir. Then apply oil all over your body. Keep your body lubricated to reduce the resistance when crawling. Finally, put on the headphones. The mobile phone plays hot music when everything is ready. The man broke the skylight. A large amount of soil tilted down in an instant. When the soil gradually stops falling, the man immediately leaned out to check. Sure enough, the soil outside is no longer wet. Men just keep digging up. You can escape from heaven. He put the tire on his chest. Then dig up a little bit. Take a sip of the oxygen in the tire when you are tired. He also used mats and steel pipes as supports. Although the process is very difficult, but the man still refuses to give up, constantly digging out. But the accident hit again. He was in the middle of the excavation. The soft soil suddenly collapsed. Soon the man was completely buried. Fortunately, the tire is on his chest. The man didn't suffocate. He stretched out his hand with a strong will. Then pick the dirt off your face. Get your head out. 2. The man didn't give up. Then he reached out and continued to dig the soil. Fortunately, a miracle happened. A ray of sunlight fell on the man's face from the outside. The man succeeded. With his strong will and love for his wife, successfully broke through the ground. It also symbolizes that men are reborn again. Each of us in life, there will be difficulties, but please don't give up easily. Even though difficulties are like dirt. It's so heavy that we can't breathe, but we also want to be like men. We must stick to it. A beautiful rebirth.